So a little about Cairo. So its history. So some 5,000 years ago, Memphis, today lying mainly in their ruins, approximately 15 miles southwest of Cairo, was a thriving metropolis. About 2,000 years ago, the Romans occupied a town on the site of present-day Cairo called Babylon, later known as the Misr al-Qudayma quarter. The seat from which contemporary Cairo later sprang was the town of Al-Fustat, founded as a military encampment in 6041 CE by Amir bin Ali al-As, an Arab general and administrator who brought Islam to Egypt. Modern urban growth in Cairo began in the 1830s, but it was only during Ismail's reign, which is from 1863 to 79, that the city was fundamentally transformed. Influenced by Baron Hussein's renovations of Paris, Ismail ordered the construction of a European-style city to the west of the medieval core. By the end of the 19th century, the districts were well developed, but with the beginning of British rule of Egypt in 1882, they transformed into a colonial enclave. So it's geography. So without the Nile River, all of Egypt would be a desert. Only about an inch, which is 2.5 centimeters, of rainfalls throughout Egypt each year. But each summer, the river rises because of the rains at its source far to the south of Ethiopia. Floods cover the river's valleys, leaving sediments needed for trees, plants, and crops to grow. Egypt is often divided into two sections: Upper Egypt in the south and Lower Egypt in the north. The sections are named this way because of the Nile River flows from the south to the north. The river empties into the Mediterranean Sea. Southern Egypt's landscape contains low mountains and desert, and northern Egypt has wide valleys near the Nile and the desert to the east and the west. So a bit about its climate. Cairo has only two seasons, approximately 8 months of summer and 4 months of winter. In the hottest of the summer's months, which is June, July, and August, the average daily temperature is 95 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 35 degrees Celsius, and the average daily minimum is 70 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 21 degrees Celsius. The summer temperatures has reached a high of 117 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 47 degrees Celsius. During winter, the strong Tropic of Cancer sun makes for warm, dry days, but nights are cool and humid, often freshened by breezes from the Nile. The average daily maximum temperature in January and February is 67 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 19 degrees Celsius, and the average daily minimum is 47 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 8.5 degrees Celsius. The attractions. So the Great Pyramid of Giza. The pyramid, which is 756 feet wide and 481 feet tall, is the largest three principal pyramids at the Giza necropolis. It was built by 100,000 men between 2000, 2580 and 2560 BC, using over 5 million tons of limestone. The largest blocks transported from Aswan over 500 miles away and weigh about 80 tons. The pyramid remained the tallest man-made structure for almost 4 millennia until the building of the spire to the Lincoln Cathedral in 1300. It contains three chambers, one for the king, another for the queen, and a third whose function remains unknown. The pyramid is exceptionally well preserved and is surrounded by a large burial site, which includes two temples, two large pyramids dedicated to the Khafre and Menkaure, a number of smaller satellite pyramids, small mastaba tombs for nobles, large cemeteries to the east and west, and the Great Sphinx to the southeast. The Muhammad Ali Mosque. Ali, regarded as the founder of modern Egypt, is buried in a white marble tomb in the mosque courtyard. Built between 1830 and 1848, the citadel of Salidan is the largest mosque constructed in the 19th century and the most visible mosque in Cairo. The spacious building, constructed in Ottoman style using limestone and alabaster, has a central dome which is 21 meters in diameter and stands 51 meters high. The Egyptian Museum Cairo, established in 1902, housed in a distinctive and red brick building on Tahrir Square. The museum's collection extends to over 1,020 artifacts, 1,200,000 artifacts. The, the highlight is undoubtedly the golden mask of Tutankhamun, which rested over the king's bandaged face in his sarcophagus, composed of 11 kilograms of solid gold. The mask is thought to represent the king's features. The Khan el-Khalili market. The el-Khalili dates from 1382, when Emir Jairus el-Khalili built a large roadside inn on the site to accommodate weary travelers. The el-Khalili today is the heart of Islamic Cairo, found to the west of Midin el-Hussein Square. Visitors can expect vendors hawking wares such as spices, food, lamps, gold, silver, and copper goods and souvenirs. Bargaining is compulsory for those who wish to take home a bargain. As a rule of thumb, you should shop around and not pay more than 50% of the initial asking price. The Al-Azhar Park. The lush gardens, about 1 kilometer in length, are designed along traditional geometric Islamic lines and include fountains, waterways, multicolored stonework, palms, an orchid, a children's playground, and sunken features. In total, there are 325 varieties of plants, carefully labeled. The park offers spectacular views of the Cairo and Muhammad Ali Mosque as its apex, especially at night when many monuments are illuminated. So, a little bit about Egypt's cuisine. Kosheri is a national dish and one of Cairo's most famous street foods. It has a base of rice and macaroni and is mixed with lentils or chickpeas. Vinegar and tomato sauce are added to it. It is then garnished with fried onions. It is a simple traditional food that is considered to be vegan heaven. Kosheri is related to Mediterranean cuisine, but the dish here uses local lemon juice, which gives it different and unique taste. Hawashi. Hawashi is another traditional dish and famous street food in Cairo, which is a mix between a pie and a sandwich. It is prepared by stuffing pita bread with minced meat and is flavored with peppers, onions, or pine nuts. The sandwich is roasted in a wooden oven so that it becomes extremely crispy. It is generally served with pickled vegetables and is spicy. Mahshi. One of the best foods in Cairo is mahshi, which means stuffed. It is veggie stuffed with a rice mixture. Vegetables like aubergines, marrows, peppers, cabbage leaves, and grapevine leaves are stuffed with a combination of spiced rice, minced meat, and pine nuts. It is a vegetarian food, but the meat could be used as well. Based on Besides using veggies, leafy greens like kale, chard, and lettuce can be can be also used for stuffing. The mahshi in the Cairo is cooked in broth. Boul medammas. If you're in Cairo, you must try this bean stew dish. It is prepared with fava beans and flavored with cumin, olive oil, lemon juice, garlic, and onion served with bread, tahini, and salads. It is one of the most popular dishes of Cairo, served in restaurants and by street vendors. Boul medammas is usually eaten as breakfast. Egyptian falafel. Egyptian falafel is cooked with beans and herbs with a bright green center and a brown deep-fried exterior. It combines fava beans and chopped cilantro, parsley, white onion, garlic, and leek. Another option to garnish it is with sesame seeds. Falafel is usually eaten with tahini, which is a vinegar sauce, bread, pickles, and it is usually a breakfast meal. Mulukhiyah. Mulukhiyah is a leafy soup served with rice, chicken, or rabbit. The broth is packed with chopped leafy greens and a bit of garlic. Many use rice and meat in the soup accompanied by lemon or lime. It is generally eaten cooked and not raw, and is frequently turned into soup or stew. You can also add some bread. Kebab and kofta. Who would want to miss a chance to eat kebab and kofta in Cairo? Moreover, there are varieties of kebabs to choose from. Kofta meatballs made from lamb or minced beef and flavored with spices. They are then rolled onto a skewer and barbecued over coals. Kebabs are chunks of beef cooked over coals on a skewer. Bread, dips, and veggies are also served with them. So, some fun facts about Egypt. Egypt is the third highest populated country in Africa. Egypt is a transcontinental country between Asia and Africa. Egypt is the home to the longest river in Africa, which is the Nile. The last Asian wonder is located in Egypt. The Great Pyramid of Giza was once bright white, and Egypt is home to 7 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Thank you for visiting Cairo.